Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. My name is Melanie, and Nikki is joining me again. Hi, Nikki.
Hello, everybody.
So Nikki is from Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures, if you don't already know, and how can you not? She's been hanging out with me every month this year and has a fantastic channel. So if you have not already subscribed, I highly encourage you to head over there and subscribe. She's really close to 1,000, which is what do you call it, like a key number in the YouTube world that you can reach. So we would really like to encourage you all to do that. And I will leave Nikki's information in the description below. And I think that's it. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so. I think that's it. Thanks so much for the shout out.
Of course, we need to get you up there so you can keep putting out content, right? For us all to
exactly.
Speaking of content, this month, our chat is going to be around Christmas in July. So I am intending to focus a lot on Christmas crafting in the month of July, just to kind of get caught up on some old projects and just to use some of my Christmas supplies because I have a lot of them. And I think I kind of dragged you along and said, let's go, let's do this. Or were you planning to do something similar?
No, I was not planning to do anything similar to Christmas. My mind is on summer and traveling. So my focus in July is going to be on a couple Travelers mini albums. So you'll have to take a look at that coming up.
Well, there you go. Something for everybody. If you're not quite into Christmas, Nikki will have some other offerings. On the other hand, my YouTube channel is, I hope everything works out to plan, going to be primarily Christmas focused for the month of July. So in order to do that, I thought it'd be fun to put together a kit of Christmas supplies that we could kind of focus on in the month. And I actually have a kit that I keep year round full of Christmas supplies because I make a lot of Christmas cards and I send out probably about 80 cards a year. And if I wait until my natural inclination to make cards, which is typically in October, I'm in big trouble because I won't ever get there. Last year, I challenged myself on the 25th of each month to make at least one Christmas card, and that worked really well. This year, I haven't done it, so hence Christmas in July.
Yeah, you might need to catch up if you're sending 80 cards. That's crazy. So you don't need to add me to that list, even though I love them, but man, that's too many cards.
I love sending them, and I have so much Christmas supplies that it's just one way to actually use them up. And I think it's just fun to get them.
That's true. So for July, what kinds of projects are you going to focus on? Are you going to do some scrapbooking, or are you going to focus mainly on those 80 cards that you need to get done?
So I'm hoping to do a little bit of both. So the last few years, I've been participating in December Daily. Or Document December is probably a better representation because I don't necessarily do the whole daily aspect. And I just didn't do it last year. And I tried to, challenge myself to do it in February of this year, and that didn't happen. And so we're going to try again, because I think if I don't get it done before this December, it won't happen.
So are you thinking about prepping your album, or what do you do? Do you do 12 by 12 or do you do 6 by 8? Like, is there a different size that you do?
Yeah, so usually I do a small mini album. So I don't do 12 by 12 pages typically for that project. I'll still do 12 by 12 pages if I've got like a specific story I want to address or talk about. But the Document December kind of concept is usually a mini album. So I actually had signed up for SCT's holiday crafting event last year. And so I had a bunch of their kits. And one of their kits was this Letters to Santa collection from Cartabella, actually, not Echo Park, Cartabella. And the project that they did with this was a little too, this is going to sound funny, a little too Christmassy. So here's the thing, right? So it's a lot about like prepping for, like they have a lot of stuff for prepping for Christmas and doing Christmas wish lists and all that kind of stuff. Christmas is actually pretty low key for me. I don't have any children. I live by myself. I do have a boyfriend, but it's very low key. I don't often go home for Christmas. So it's like a lot of that, Christmas hoopla doesn't really apply. So to have a lot of, like planning for this and doing that, I just don't do it, right? So I have to kind of rethink about how I wanted to document this. So yeah, so I'm going to finish 2022's album, or do 2022's book this year. So we'll see how that goes. So that's the first part of my kit, is to use that collection.
So SCT, is that scrapbooking cards today?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So they offer usually card classes, and they have what they call paper crafting. And this was the holiday paper crafting. So you did a little bit of cards and a little bit of scrapbook.
Now, I've noticed that some companies are already talking about what they're doing for Christmas supplies. Like they've already like pre-ordered on Cherry on Top for a whole bunch of their Christmas and fall. Plus, I think Pink Fresh is already talking about what they're doing for their December like card kits, which is kind of crazy. I would start looking for SCT stuff then soon, right?
I think they've actually posted it for this year already, the class, if that's interested. And I think the cutoff might already be passed by the time this airs, because they need to have numbers so they know how many kits to prepare and stuff like that. It's a pretty big production, so it's not like 2-month leadway is enough. They do lead out quite a bit. So I'm not signing up for the holiday one again, because it was a lot of scrapbooking, which, like I said, I do the December daily kind of project, but I don't have a ton of extra photos left to scrapbook. So to have a lot of scrapbook layouts, ready to go, that just isn't quite a good fit for me. So I was hoping they would do more cards.
Gotcha. Yeah, you needed all those cards.
Exactly. That was what I was hoping. So speaking of that class, I still actually have 2 other kits that they have put together. One was primarily crepe paper, mistletoe, mittens and mistletoe. So it comes in this bag, and it's got like the paper and alphas and ephemera and stuff like that. So I would like to finish this class in July as well. So we'll see. And then the last class they had was Hearth and Holiday from Simple Stories. Again, that's the collection. And, they give you the foam stickers and everything you need to really complete layouts. So now whether I do layouts or cards with these, I don't know. We'll see if we stick to the class or not. But that was really what decided it for me to not re-sign up for that one, was just, again, I could use more cards than layout.
That, and you still need to finish the projects from last year.
Exactly. I don't know if I will get to this, but I threw this in here because it kind of inspired me. So for this year, I had something in my stash that kind of inspired me, and I thought would be kind of fun to use. And it's from Felicity Jane, and it's this little house.
I got that too.
And I thought this would be kind of fun to somehow maybe build an album around this, like use this like the cover maybe, or an insert in the album, and then have like all the pages the house shaped. So I was thinking that, but I don't know if I'll get to that this month. But I threw it in my kit thinking maybe I would get to it. And then I had the stickers, I think, that coordinate with it.
I don't think those are stickers. I think it's just a printed piece of cardstock. I was very disappointed because I thought they were stickers.
Yeah, you're right. There's no lines on it. So I guess the die cuts in to coordinate with that.
Yeah, I threw that away because I was pissed.
You weren't interested in fussy cutting, were you?
Nope, not at all.
I would totally do that. So anyways, that's there. And I think I have one of the few paper pads still floating around with black and white Christmas paper. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking, that might work in there with some green and anyway, so the thought is bubbling. We'll see if we get to it.
It does seem like you have a lot of good ideas. Like you're totally inspired by this, where I'm like thinking Halloween. I was actually thinking about doing an October daily.
That would be cool.
Much Halloween stuff that I need. Like, I think Christmas and Halloween and fall and Halloween together are more than my Christmas. So I really need to use that stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we need to switch the challenge for you.
No, I've already prepped my Christmas.
Well, there you go. See, whereas like Halloween is like nothing for me. Like I literally probably have like 2 sheets of Halloween paper, and that's it. So it's interesting how we have different focuses.
Yeah, I think the part of the reason why I like the Halloween is because it has more of those bright kid colors. Yeah. I've got a boy, and it's primarily orange, green, and purple. And so those are great boy colors. And so
Yeah,
that's why I
for
have a whole
sure.
bunch of it.
Yeah, and then having a kid makes a difference too,
Yes.
you know,
It really
as
does.
far as Halloween goes. And then I have two other kits that I had pulled from my stash. Again, these are SCT sampler kits. So this was one, I don't even know how old this one was. Let me check. This one is from 2022, November. So I don't know how much you can see from it. But the SCT sampler kit, they give you probably about 12 6x6 papers. There's usually a die. So like this one says wishes. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
And then it came with a stamp set from Hero Arts with these little skater people. And then there's usually some like embellishments, foam stickers, that kind of thing. I'll probably make cards with these. That's usually what I do. So that is one. And then the other one that I thought would possibly work is another SCT one from December 2022. And it's got more blues. So it's more of a winter, I don't know how well you can see that, winter themed.
There we go.
Yeah, it's got, well, actually, it's funny. Ironically, it's got Mittens and Mistletoe again from Crepe Paper and Magic of Winter from Echo Park. That's more the Christmas one. And it's got a Gina K stamp set with some snowflakes.
Ooh.
But those are kind of fun. So one of these is probably going to end up being my Blitz Your Kits kit. So I'm double tagging the challenges here to try and use up some of the stuff. So mostly kits that I'm probably going to focus on. And then I mentioned that I have like a kit that I hold year round. I don't know how well this is going to transfer, but it's in a container. It looks like that.
Wow.
And basically anytime I have little odds and ends from Christmas stuff, I just tuck it in here as kind of a way to use it up. So like I have a whole stack of scraps and, you know, odds and ends. I'm trying to think, like I've got some pre-stamped images. Just in case, you know, you want to craft, but you don't want to pull everything out. I can just pull this one thing out and I can pretty much make cards, you know, or I've got like a little bag full of like odds and ends, chipboard, that kind of thing, washi tapes in here. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to work through. Maybe, you know, kill some of this stuff. That sounds so violent for Christmas. Work my way through. This is kind of fun. I like this paper.
Ooh, that's pretty. It's my mind's eye, right?
Yeah. It's called Christmas on Market Street. And what I like about it is not overtly Christmas, you know. Mm-hmm. So even if I end up making other cards with it, although I still do need to make the 80 Christmas cards. Anyways, that's what I have in here.
80 cards is a lot. Do you follow sketches or something to do all of those cards? Like, I don't think I've ever made 80 cards before. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's I don't often use sketches. Quite often I will just have an idea, but I do mass produce. So like if I have an idea, I'll make like 5 of that card. Right. Okay. So it's not like you have to come up with 80 unique individual cards that way. And last year with that challenge I did, it was also trying to focus on using up my stash. So that helped too, because then I was motivated to not only make the cards, but also use up what I have. So for instance, like I have a whole stack of Christmas scraps here. So I will probably, as part of this week, is just kind of go through the scraps and just start making layers and bases of cards. They may not all get completely finished, but at least I'll have the base done, and then I can just come around and either tack on a die cut sticker or, you know, a stamped image, and then it's done. When I'm going for volume, I'm not worried about making masterpieces. You know, most people just chuck them out anyways. So, and I will be fair. I do. What's the right word? Who gets what cards is a thing. Do you know what I mean? So if I've got a card that I put a lot of effort into it, I will send that card to someone I know that will appreciate the effort that went into it. So I do strategically distribute the cards.
That's a good idea. I'm thinking about adding all my crafty friends to my Christmas list this year, but I really do need to start sooner rather than later, because I only sent out 4 cards and they were really snarky because I didn't want to do Christmas cards and they were in January. So Yeah, we need to figure that one out this year.
Well, you're not normally a big card maker though, are you?
I'm not. And usually if I'm making a card, I'm sending a picture too. So that was why it was snarky, because my husband was dressed as Santa Claus 2 years ago and looked like evil Santa. It was hilarious.
Oh, okay. So you just included the photo as like the main focal point of the card or whatever?
Yeah,
That's
so I did
great.
an outside. So I did like Merry Christmas on the outside, made it all look all pretty. But then the photo
Yeah.
that was creepy on the inside and said
Yeah.
something about, I hope you were nice this year.
I have a friend who notoriously sends her cards late, and she just sends New Year's cards now. And she figures she can send New Year's cards up to like 3 months into the new year. you know, so, I think it's more the thought that counts than anything else.
Yes, yes. So, but I'm excited this year to kind of tackle some of these Christmas cards, but I am not a card maker. So I'm definitely going to be watching your YouTube videos this year. Now, do you
There
put
are,
this all in a playlist on your channel so we can just like kind of go through and click on them?
yeah, I'm trying to think if I have I think I might have a Christmas card playlist already, but I will probably start a playlist for Christmas in July. Just, kind of keep all those Christmas projects together. So we'll see. We'll see how much I get done. I'm super busy at work. So this is pretty what's the right word? Optimistic that I will get through all of this. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I guess if you don't have a plan, you won't even get there, right?
Right. And we're planning on sharing all of the projects in July, at the end of July too. So, I mean, you don't really have to make a video for every single project because we'll definitely do a share at the end of July. So
Correct. And maybe that will encourage me to get even more done because I don't want to come back and show one project or one card. Stuff like that motivates me. So we'll see. We'll see how well I do. But that is the plan. I really would love to use up those kits. That's really my main focus because then I don't have to store them anymore, right? Like I just want them gone.
yep,
So
I totally get that. There's some organizing people. I think it was Marie Kondo, where you have to weigh the balance of how much it costs to store the item to if you really want it anymore. Like, can I buy just something new and just get rid of that? So I don't
right.
know.
Right. For sure. And I find if I don't have a home for something, it kind of weighs on my mind. And that's where these kits are. I don't have a home for them. So it's like in the back of my mind, it's constantly like, you need to do something with these. You need to do something. Okay, so let's just do something with them and be done with it. So that's the plan.
So on Wednesday, you can check out my kit videos and see what I'm going to do.
Yes, so be sure to head over to Nikki's channel right now. Like I said at the beginning, make sure you subscribe and check the notification bell so you don't miss out on it. Well, thanks for hanging out with me. And for all of you listening, let us know if you're interested in playing along with Christmas in July. And if you're a part of my Facebook group, leave a picture of your kit that you're going to be using because we'd love to see. And until next time, happy crafting.